It's the Fresh Dope Podcast, baby. We on.
What up, everybody? Welcome to Fresh Dope Podcast. I am Shizza, a.k.a. Smooth Milk, a.k.a. Mr. Fantastic, a.k.a. Mr. Incredible. I've got...
AD to his right, to your left. We are Fresh Dope Podcast. Shout out to the other third, Mr. Melly Mel. Salam out in Dayton, Ohio, holding it down. You brought this to me the other day, Shay. I really liked it. Obviously, he's a Laker fan. Shout out to the Lake Show. They have an amazing young squad, by the way. But the individual that's all...
Ain't lost once. Big baller brain. The original big baller.
LaVar Ball. We're going to be discussing him entirely today. You had a great question that I liked.
Is he good for basketball? We know he's got the characteristics of a great personality, we'll say.
Facts. He's entertained.
He's entertaining nonetheless, and he has made waves, and you are talking about him. You might not like him, but you are talking about him. But
Facts.
is he good for basketball?
Someone called him, I didn't like it. That was Steve Kerr, I believe. He called him the Kardashians of the NBA, which was like a weird representation. He's an entertainment source for sure. And first of all, if he's already being questioned like that or being in headlines like that in somebody's mouth, then he's clearly affecting the culture of basketball.
You're running the right campaign, I would say. You got people's names in your mouth. I think for a business model, he's done greatly. I would say they're different than the Kardashians because I would feel like he's using this family he's built.
His family,
yeah, to build his brand. To start this, so he used the oldest ball going pro to start this whole big baller empire. Whereas like the Kardashians, sucking some dick and now you got an empire.
They had money. Their dad had money,
but they weren't on TV.
That's facts for sure. I
guess it's all just misusing your child's fame.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I mean, yeah, I see. For sure, I see that. He wants eternal wealth for his kids though. He wants like the whole family to be rich for like decades.
Respect that.
So I'm fully behind that. I'd also say the Kardashian thing as a comparison is weird. Nonetheless, he's being talked about like that, and being talked about by everybody inside the NBA, inside sports, and all the way out. So I think he's doing his job. I think he's very criticized because he is boastful and he's outspoken, but I think he's also, this is a bigger vision. I believe he trademarked Big Baller Brand just back in 2016. So it's almost like he had this vision, and then once the perfect time happened, he's like, "Oh, it's time to go now," and he already had everything in place. That's what it seems like.
The savings, the fundings. It's been, to me, how systematic it's rolled out. It was not by accident.
Right. It was all by design. You can tell.
Yeah. So he's probably talked about it, been about it for a while.
Yes.
If I had to guess, the Big Baller AAU team was probably the start. He probably really fashioned what his basketball culture is going to be.
I would totally agree.
And I'm going to answer this. I'm gonna be the first one to answer this question.
No more coffee.
That's bad for AD. I'm going to answer this question. I think he's good for basketball. I'm going to tell you why. Because I think he is a greater representation of the power player movement, as in the players having power in their destiny. He's going to be the first one to be like, you know what, we don't have to be subservient to the NCAA and go to school 1 year just because you say we can go.
Or the NBA,
and because of social media, we're going to be on TV. People are still going to be talking about us, and we're gonna do things different that way. Shoe deals, fuck you. We're not going to sit here and have you making billions of dollars off our names and hope you're lucky enough to be Jordan or LeBron and Kobe to get your own like branding. No, we're going to start our own brand right now.
Yes.
So I think it's good because I think overall for basketball, I think it's going to be more wealth and power for the players, which
which I think is a beautiful thing. Own AAU leagues. He's trying to get his other league started. I mean, he's got the Ball brothers playing overseas right now,
and he's deemed sponsored the damn league.
High school. Exactly. So like he's clearly knows how to work his money.
Facebook show is entertaining. Like he's got the whole aspect.
The whole aspect, and he's doing it all for himself, all independent. Which I believe his manufacturer for the shoes was I forget where it was out of, but they were $3.5 billion company that were supplying him, and he's making money off that. I think the shoes are crazy, $4.95, but also I think people said that you're charging these teams without the money something that they'll never afford. I don't know if they're the set demographic though.
I really don't think it is, and it's all for who can get it. A product's worth whatever anybody's gonna pay for it.
Yes, facts.
So
facts.
If he's trying to charge $4.95 and people are gonna pay $4.95, then guess what? Shoes are gonna go for $4.95.
Right.
And I love how they're just going to be like, they're going to crucify him because his is just clearly outrageous.
Yeah.
When we're not going to sit here and act like Jordan prices aren't outrageous in their own right.
Agreed. And I would also assume that his outrageous prices, LaVar Ball's, I think they're also, more so than getting the money, I think they were a branding and marketing technique.
As in they're so outrageous because you're like a $500 shoe, they better be worth $500.
And you're going to talk about them before they even come out like they did. And it just increases the relevance of their brand. Like, he's smart.
And I think people saw it as an investment opportunity. It's like, I'm buying these shoes, but in turn I'm investing in
big baller
somebody
brand.
who owns their own business.
A black owned business, like, not mad at all.
So, I mean, we know he's good for business.
Facts.
But what do you think? Is he good for basketball?
Yes, for sure. I think you all got to have some outspoken people. Like, that's part of the game. Like, trash talking is part of the game. Like, making the game look clean is also, but like, just going hard body, going balls to the wall is necessary. And I also think in regards to if you got the personality and you got stuff to say and you want to make sure it's out there, let it be known. He knows what he's doing for sure. Like, so I think he's great for basketball.
I mean, he's the most tweeted about person in his family, including beats his son who got drafted number 2, went to the NCAA finals, and is possibly a candidate for rookie of the year just off of tweets.
Just off facts.
But he beats him by 60,000. So shout out to SI for that little tweet tracker report we read up.
ESPN.
Or ESPN.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
No, we're good. But yeah, they had a tweet tracker from like the late 2016 all the way to present day about some of the outrageous things that he said.
I also think what he's doing for international ball is big because I think international ball, the fact that he's brought attention to it, like, what if they don't go pro? Well, I think him branding, he'll probably move out of a smaller country, try to go to one of the bigger basketball countries. And I think because he's on Facebook, he's going to be I think we're going to get a bigger taste.
People
of what
always
international
know.
basketball look like.
Yes, and you won't even be able to put. Okay, I like that. I didn't see where you're going. My fault. Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean? Like, so that okay, if they don't ever go pro, which is fine. In the NBA, I guarantee you he's going to make a spectacle of that international. And we don't ever hear about international players until they get drafted. Not that saying that, but like
they be balling.
That's going to build. That's going to build. That's building the brand. That's building basketball internationally.
Facts. Yeah. So maybe for the NBA, other organizations like the NCAA, maybe LaVar. Actually, you know what? In the good of basketball, he probably is good for everything because he's changing the system.
But he's bad for the establishment.
Which I'm not mad at all.
I'm not mad at all.
At all. So I think he's amazing for basketball. I think I think people don't understand his ways. It's not for him to understand. And he's going to get it. And he wants eternal wealth for like decades and centuries in his family. So I get that as well. He's hustling. He's making it.
Let us know what you think, though. All right, we want to know, is LaVar Ball good for basketball?
The culture of basketball.
We can't be the culture. We don't represent just the culture.
The culture of basketball, everything from Dykeman to Rucker Park to West Coast courts to NBA to street ball to Rucker. I said that already. Even to like the Sprite Slams, everything basketball culture, anything international, national wise. Is he good for it?
Is he good for it? Hey, hit us down in the comments below. Hit us on FreshDopePodcast.com. Hit us on Fresh Dope Podcast on Facebook and IG. The Twitter's at FDope Podcast. And have a blessed day.
Boom! It's the Fresh Dope Podcast, man. We out.